Hi, and welcome to another episode of Emerald Isle Vacation Home Specialist. I am your host, Dennis Richkovsky. Some of you recognize me as the co-owner of FlipFlopsDonuts, and some of you know me as your broker of real estate, who specializes in waterfront and waterview properties along the Crystal Coast, especially on boat banks and in my town of Emerald Isle, North Carolina. On this channel, you will find essential information from the inside scoops on buying and selling houses to how to live with the ocean, rivers, and sounds that define the Crystal Coast. Today's episode is all about the upcoming Emerald Isle mayoral and town commissioners elections on November 2nd. Whether you visit here occasionally or live here full time, knowing about the upcoming elections, the candidates, and the issues is a story worth telling. Before I begin, please subscribe to my video channel now or at the end of this episode. Residents of Emerald Isle will be electing a new mayor and 3 town commissioners in the Tuesday, November 2nd municipal ballot. The current mayor, Eddie Barber, decided back in July that he needed some Eddie time after being a Methodist minister for 43 years and serving on the town's planning board for 12 years before becoming the mayor for 8 years. It was a tough decision, he said. I agonized over it and I prayed over it. It was probably the hardest decision I've ever made. It has been a pleasure to serve the town, and it's been a highlight of my career. The 75-year-old mayor went on to say that he and the residents and visitors of this island have been through a lot together, including hurricanes and the coronavirus pandemic. He also said that the town of Emerald Isle is in great shape, and he will work as hard as he can for the town until his term ends on December 14th. In a normal election cycle, voters in Emerald Isle select 2 town commissioners every 2 years. This year, residents will be voting to fill 3 seats. That's because Jim Normile, who is also chairperson of the Carteret County Beach Commission, which advises the county shore protection office, he has decided not to run for re-election. Mr. Normile was appointed a town commissioner back in 2014 and has been re-elected for 2 additional terms. He has served on many board committees and operates the Emerald Isle Inn with his wife Elaine. Major part of his decision not to run for re-election is that he and his wife have 5 grandchildren, and he wants to spend more time on the water and on the road with all of them. Town Commissioner Normile echoed Mayor Barber in saying that the town of Emerald Isle is in great shape, positioned well with her project-based and well-funded progressive roadmap for the future, as well as a wonderful town manager in Matt Zapp. Normile has been honored to be a steward of the natural resources and the people who make Emerald Isle a very special place to live, work, and play. Normile added that he believes the town has good candidates this year, and he encourages our future leadership to seek appointments at the county and state levels to protect our interests and shape policy for the future. Let me add my voice to the chorus of thanks and appreciation to Eddie and Jim for their many years of service to the town of Emerald Isle, its vacationers, and its permanent residents. 2 candidates have filed for the open mayoral seat, Jason Holland and Doug Stark. Both candidates are invested in Emerald Isle businesses, with Jason operating Movement Mortgage and Doug having been a co-owner of South Swell Surf Shop and Transportation Impact. Candidates in the race for the 3 town commissioner seats are incumbents Candace Dooley and Mark Taylor. They are joined by Travis Spate, Jamie Vogel, Jeff Ward, and Josh Sawyer. The top 2 vote getters in November will sit for 4-year terms on the commission, while the next highest will win a 2-year term. Holdovers in this election cycle are Commissioners Floyd Messer and Steve Finch. I am a longtime resident of Emerald Isle, and we are fortunate to have so many well-qualified and passionate individuals wanting to invest their valuable time in making Emerald Isle the finest beach town on the Crystal Coast and the Outer Banks. The town faces some significant issues moving forward, and it will take considerable leadership to effect a balance between the forces seeking growth and the forces seeking to preserve the family-oriented beach town so many residents and vacationers love. For example, the town has limited parcels of land zoned for commercial business expansion. That worked well when the town was primarily populated with second homeowners. Some 70 years later, the rapid growth of permanent residents and vacationers is making demands for more food options and more services. A family which can afford to pay $10,000 a week on a beach rental can basically rent a home anywhere. So how does the town attract this family in the first place? And how does the town get this family to return year after year? What amenities is this family seeking? Golf, sailing, fine dining, fishing options? Amenities can be an asset, yet if not handled correctly, they can become a liability. Some of the town's existing amenities need to be fine-tuned in that context. For example, the 11-mile Emerald Path currently does not allow motorized vehicles of any type. Yet for my FlipFlops Donut shop, I see electric bikes and electric skateboards utilize the path on a daily basis. And few cyclists have any regard for the stop signs at every intersection. Someday soon, someone will be seriously injured or worse. Golf carts are another amenity, and they share the town's secondary roads with automobiles. And that is another issue that deserves study. How many golf carts are too many? How safe are they? And how long will cart owners disobey traffic laws without any consequences? Again, do we wait for someone to be seriously injured or worse before the town looks into this matter? The town has several hiking trails, and that is a good thing. But from personal experience, some of these trails are laced with roots and sinkholes that need serious attention, repair, and maintenance. Beach driving is another amenity we need to study. Emerald Isle is the only town on both banks where driving on the beach is permissible. That's because it is difficult to police drivers and their beach vehicles. To keep this tradition alive for the next generation, the town will need to hold drivers accountable for their transgressions. And lastly, the town recently completed a beach renourishment program. And the beaches, our most valuable asset, look outstanding. These beaches are why people visit us year after year, and the town must remain ever vigilant that these beaches remain pristine. Of course, for some residents, the simple answer to all these matters is to make Emerald Isle less attractive to tourists. But it is because of these tourists who return year after year and who happily spend their money here that Emerald Isle residents enjoy one of the lowest tax rates along the Carolina coast. And it is for all these reasons that I urge every eligible voter to take the time to study the candidates and to vote on Tuesday, November 2nd. And if you show me your voting sticker on the 2nd or the 3rd, I'll give you a complimentary donut. To learn more about the upcoming elections, subscribe to my newsletter by texting your email address to 919-308-2292, or sign up for my blog on my website, www.eihomesforsale.com, and subscribe to Emerald Isle Vacation Home Specialist on YouTube at the end of this video. Stay well and stay safe, my friend. So come on down, please subscribe to my channel below, and definitely return next week to the same bat channel at the same bat time of 9 a.m. on Thursday for another episode of Emerald Isle Vacation Home Specialist.